Hello there. I'm here live in Orlando, Florida. Just loitering until we get some people in my thing. Can't be showing this guy off. You saw the back of it, but you didn't see the front. That is the key here. So, welcome to the arena. It's a little blurred out in the background. Let me change. I don't know if I can change this filter, but here we are. It's better this way. It's hanging out with my console here. It's my lovely Digico. I'll flip it around and focus on that in a second. I don't know why this thing is being so weird. Let's see. Let's flip her around and walk through what I got going on here. Welcome to my wireless rack. Oh, my mains are still on. We just finished sound check, so going through this. I've got two different bands. The way I always set my wireless up is I always have two completely different bands to, if you hear some talking, it's because there's still like things going on. So usually I have two different bands in my wireless so that if something goes wrong with my mains, I have backups in a different band to make sure that nothing bad happens. If you notice, my whole band is up here. My techs are down here. I have got guest, a spare for Hannah Christian, and also a spare for the band that I can hot patch at any time to be any mix that I need. And obviously my cue. I've got 4 channels. I've got 2 active combiners going on here for these guys, 2 active channel. Over here is my little hardware that I'm using for vocal processing. I've got a Neve 5045. I'm running one for Hannah, and one for Christian. They're the first step in my chain. I love this. This is my spare one because they tend to go bad on the road. I actually lost a channel on this. This is not functioning right now. They don't always hold up the best when you're on the road, but this is a Tube Tech CLA 2A. I'm using these are their vocal chains for what we're doing. I tend to stray away from waves, especially now, because I truly believe that like if you can't get the sound you want out of your board, then you shouldn't be using it. And also waves is really hard to travel around the world with. I know they're coming up with a server that's a little better, but I still very much would prefer. I actually really love the quantum consoles, the processing, the spice rack, the mustard, and the nodal processing that's available is actually incredible. I really love using it. I love how wide these consoles are. It actually removed a lot of my need for waves in general, so highly recommend if you're wanting to find some width and cleanliness in your mix. Like the quantum consoles are really great. The Quantum 338 is still my favorite, but the 225 has been a great little workhorse for this tour. Let's see, what else is in my little rig here? This is my little radio setup. So everybody can communicate. We have radios in the ears. I like to use the little stage. This is an ISO, a laptop ISO, because it mitigates a lot of the sound you can get if you're just using the XLR adapter that you have off of this. It's just a cleaner sound that doesn't blow you up. And this is in all of the tech mixes and in everybody's. It goes into our split. Obviously, here's our front of house guy's rack. Here's my rack. The back of this is a little saucy, but we're gonna go over here. Here's my antennas right now. Oh, my mixing position is literally in the barricade. There's the stage. There's where the band would be. So here's my little setup. We'll go around the back of this so I can show you what's going on back here. It's a little dark, but this is my phone. So it's hard to see, but right here is the combiner for my 2 sets of ears. It's a passive professional wireless combiner, and here's the passive out. I have it permanently attached in here. I don't know how to get the light on. The lighting is changing in here. I'm terribly sorry, it's dark. I have my RF pass-throughs. A stagehand ripped out my IEM transmit one, so I'm coming straight out of my passive over here. This is my 8th day power. We've also got my UPS on the other side, our little rack over here, and then it's just a great little rig here. had a headlamp. I'm just not buying my stuff. This is my little tool that I like to use to organize all my packs. It's actually a spice rack, but it holds over 20 packs in it that'll all fit in a drawer when you put them on here, which is fabulous. Sponsored by Jerry Harvey. All of my band is on Jerry Harvey ears. I personally am using Angie's, as well as Hannah, who's our lead singer female. She's using Angie's. All of my boys are on Sharona's. Oh no, sorry, excuse me. They're all on Sheena's. All the boys are on Sheena's. Except for Wessie, my guitar player. He's having fit issues. He's on his 16s for the whole tour. I do know where everything is in the dark, and I am able to do my setup without being able to see by touch at this point in my career. Like, I can find the hole I need and get it in there. It sounds worse than it is. Let's see. What kind of questions? Let's see. I'm going to flip you around to my console here. Show you my little setup. So most of my show you see me and I'm just staring. This is my scenes with these guys. I'm not running any MIDI or anything, so you won't see any crazy scopes here for MIDI. I do run my global scope pretty no recall when I'm doing monitors. I really only have sends, faders, and mutes on my input channels recall. No inputs, no outputs, nothing like that. You don't want to be recalling that stuff when you're doing monitors, unless like you have a crazy change or something, or you're running it on MIDI. Like, I wouldn't want it to do it on its own. I really try never to recall head amps. I'm not running any real crazy macros. I'm using this console very much as a console. Like, I am mixing on this thing, and this is obviously my main screen. The 225 has this. It's not touch capable, so you can't really do a whole lot. I leave this. I have my board for my 225 is set up so that each bank does everything on the layers. So whatever I need to do, like if I need to work in mixes over here and still be able to move channels, I can put it into layer 2. Layer 1 on this side will be all my input channels, and then on this side, layer 2 layer 1 also ends up being all the mixes, so that I can do whatever I need. So they're totally interchangeable, and I can completely operate my show from like either side of this board. But for what I'm doing for monitors, it's much easier to leave my stationary mixes up here, because I'm very rarely adjusting anything in their actual like mix masters, versus over here I'm constantly in channels and regaining and things like that. I'm not doing anything too crazy in here. People like to come into my board and be like, that's all you're doing? And yeah, that's all I'm doing. We're looking at my talkback screen. I have these, most of them, completely safed for the talkbacks, except for my front of house talkback. I have it on recall because he goes into the ears only for sound check, and then I take him out for show. Not allowed. I am the gatekeeper. You shall not pass. No one talks to the artist before going through me first. I am the only person who is allowed to talk directly in the artist's ears, except for the techs to their respective positions. So like the percussion tech into the drummer's ears, the guitar tech into the guitar player's ears. But my singers, my lead singers, Hannah and Christian, nobody goes into their ears except me without my express permission. And it's for the safety of the stage, and for also people who like to talk a lot on their talkbacks. Nobody needs to hear it. Also, always make sure you have your own personal talkbacks and any type of discussion device that you might have in there out of your band's ears, because you don't want them hearing your shit during a show, because there's always something going on. So, we're doing that. Let's see here. I'm going to flip you back around. All right. So, here's a cool little thing. So, for me, when I'm mixing, I like to be able to hear the talkbacks always. Always, always, always. The talkbacks are always, always live in my ears. So with Digico, it's really easy to create your matrix mixer. And so for me, it's really simple. I create a mono, you can do stereo, but I prefer a mono talkback mix. And I put all of my talkbacks into that mix at Unity, leave that mix at Unity, and then I put it into the matrix bus, as well as my Q bus. So the Q bus doesn't come directly out of the console. I route my Q bus into a matrix left-right, and also route the talkbacks into that same left-right, so that no matter what I'm queuing or wherever I am, I can always hear the talkbacks. And so my trick is I know a lot of monitor engineers will leave it so it still sums when you come out of solo like it's a front of house mix. I very much don't operate like that. If I unsolo something, it's silent in my mix, in my Q mix, except for the talkbacks. It's really crucial for when you have to hear something, because, for example, Christian, my main singer, his mix is so loud. It's so loud. And I had both of them test their hearing, so just so we know, he has significant hearing loss. He has almost 70% hearing loss in one of his ears, so his mix is quite loud to compensate for what he's not hearing. And had we gotten this testing earlier in the tour, I would have applied some equalization across his ears on a matrix and put some EQ in that would closely match his hearing loss to try to even it out with lower volume. But because we weren't able to start the tour like that, I didn't incorporate it. But a lot of times with significant hearing loss, I will sometimes do that. But if you're in Christian's mix, you cannot, you can hear the thought of a talkback, but you can't really hear the talkback. It might start getting loud. There's crowds starting to come in. I had to do this. I have to wait till after Pink is off stage until we're done with our sound check. So this is my only chance to do this, and I have to rush through because our set is actually at 7:45, and I have to get catering before we go. Hey guys, hey everybody. Is there any questions specifically you guys have while I'm here? Do you have any questions about the rig, anything I'm doing, about the tour or whatever? I'm not quite sure. What else is in here? That's my talkback trick. I'm actually multi-tracking today. I am using Logic Pro because they got rid of the waves capture. So I've had Logic Pro as my main music production source for a lot of years. I know a lot of people like to use Pro Tools, but you know what? This is cheaper and it works just fine. And I like it as more of a creative drinks on consoles, just to have it. And then you always have to patch your copy audio. You have to patch the on Quantum. We have UB Maddie, so I can come right out of the desk and record at 96K. You just have to have it patched. I could take a walk across the stage so you guys can see what the setup looks like up there. I can show you our box setup and what our stage looks like. So all of our main comes out of here. We have 4 main boxes on the stage. It's a very convoluted run because I'm in here. Hello, confetti cannon. But we go up here onto the stage. We'll take a walk up there in a second. Hey, we might get to see some of the boys back here. Let's see if Horsty, one of Pink's engineers, is back here. This is the Pink setup. Say hello to John.
Hello.
He is nominated for a Parnelli Award this year. This is Horsty, the band monitor engineer. These two are some fabulous humans. Up in the corner, we've got James, the tech. All of these fabulous men have been just wonderful on this tour, and Horsty is always creating problems for himself, but always solving them.
Exactly.
We're gonna take a walk up on the stage. Bryce Gonzalez says hi. This is GJ Kid Cutup's DJ setup. He is not here right now, but he angles his tables downward like this, if you see they're at a downward facing angle, so that you can better see his tables on the camera. That's actually a pretty cool tip. Welcome to our stage. Hello. Yes, it is D&B Audio Rig, provided by 8th Day Sound. Beautiful rig. We have got Arno out front and JR. joined by Stephen Curtin. We had wonderful support from these guys. Here's our boxes. So for me, I always put our power and our patch together. This is also one full stage loom. All of the power for the whole stage breaks out of this breakout box and goes across. I have got a thumper that I'm running for the drummer. I will say, I think it's a KSL rig. This is our playback setup done by Joseph Dempsey. It is all designed by him. I don't know his companies right now, but this is a beautiful, efficient little playback rig that he's created for himself because he also plays keyboards during the show and plays the acoustic. So he is a man of many talents. And this is our little stage here. Guitar Tech World is over here. The longest power run on the stage. I will go back to the monitor area. This is what it looks like. We're in Orlando. I don't really know the name of the arena we're in at this very moment. This is what my rig looks like from the stage. There I am. That's what my artists see. So we're gonna take another walk back through the pink monitor area. All right, questions, things to see? I've got about 5 minutes before I need to take myself to catering and get some food. So what do we got? Hold on, let me scroll back and see. I don't know, I'm somewhere in Orlando. I don't know where I am. I do not multi-track every day. I do use virtual playback to test things. I'm actually multi-tracking both the mixes and the inputs today. I want to get every single mix multi-track because I'd like to explain the difference between what everybody needs to hear at some point, so it's pretty cool. I am running 12 mixes of IEMs on this one, 13 mixes with the thumper. I've also got built-in front of house mix in case front of house goes down. You can immediately transfer over to monitors. If something happens, it's just a quick switch of the inputs. I also am running I'm running about 7 effects, different effects on this, or 8. As many as I can fit, possibly. I don't have a tech per se. I do have a stage tech. Her name is Ali Alvarez. She's actually on the Pink crew as one of their A2s, and I previously had Andrew Nolish, who was a front of house tech that went over to T-Swift, but Ali is now my person. And what I have them do is I have them set the stage and the microphones, and I take care of everything else. So I do all of my RF, I do all my mics, batteries, ears. I have a Jody back. I can show you guys the Jody back. Honestly, that's a good question. How do you cut from the sound? Right here. All right, let me flip you around again. This, see that little point? This is a sub. That's a sub touching my console right there. So that's pretty good. Honestly, if your mix is really tight in your console, then it doesn't matter the environment that you're put in. Like, I know that the bass to me sounds loud where I'm mixing, but I don't make changes unless my artist asks for it because it doesn't sound like that where they're standing. And so that's kind of how I reconcile that. Bass for me here is more of a feeling, and it's a little out of time with my monitor mix, so it's pretty easy for me to kind of reconcile that. Sometimes Hannah struggles, my female artist. She has perfect hearing, conversely to Christian's like he can't hear. It's perfect hearing. There's DJ Kid Cut up there. So there's that. No outboard, no waves. I went through that. I don't like using it. I do have outboard, I have hardware. I very much prefer to use hardboard or hardware for outboard stuff. It's more reliable for me. I'm using the 5045, the Neve 5045 and a CL2A Tube Tech amp. Just for my vocal change. What else? Like fast fire questions. We got like a couple of minutes before I gotta go and get some food. I also gotta deliver ears to the dressing rooms. But I'm planning on maybe doing another live tomorrow where I talk to Horst and John, if he'll let me, about their rigs, because I've been asking them the whole tour and they're totally down for it. So if you guys tune in tomorrow, I'm gonna talk to Horst at least, because he has a really neat rig for the band and he does a lot of cool stuff. Today he just finished up setting a remote cue so that he can remotely mix if someone is filling in for him. He's insane. He does all of this crazy stuff in Dante. I've learned a lot. They have some really neat, like Pink has some, I'm gonna go where it's lighter. Pink has got some custom made mic pieces, like ear mic pieces for when she flies in the air that I think are actually outstanding, and I would like to get more of that on there. But are your band on multiple band spheres? Yes, I'm on H22 and I am on J8A for this one, and I always set it up with 2 to 3 bands of ears, so that way if I'm ever having issues with one band I can go to another one. Like I always have spares for my artist on the other band as well. The rig is really easy to set up. I designed it that way. I took my Taylor Swift rig that I had designed for Phoebe Bridgers and sized it down a little bit, as I didn't need as much coverage as I did for the Phoebe Bridgers Taylor Swift gig. We weren't standing on an LED wall. We didn't have one behind us. My rig wasn't 300 feet away from me, etc., etc. So honestly, I can load this rig out in about 5 minutes, like tear it down in no time. I mean, our loom for the stage is loomed together, so everything comes at once. Every single XLR is loomed, so it's all very, very, very quick and smart. I designed it the way I did so that I only have to drop about 6 to 8 cables off the back of this rack and it's ready to go. Get the flock out. And then from my console power to fiber, those are the only 2 connections that I need to undo from my rack and my from my console to my rack. Oh yeah, so I do pink the ears. Oh, I don't have my work box by me. Salim, who is Billie Eilish's sound engineer, gave me a tool. Oh my god, am I gonna have to go get it? I think I'm gonna have to go get it. He gave me a tool where I can plug the IEM into the end of it and I get an accurate measurement of the output of the in-ear. It's a dB meter, but also allows me to scope the ears to make sure everything is always working at the level I need it to be. Like today we were having some issues with Hannah's ears where she was complaining about the low end. So I haven't gotten it out yet, but I'm going to take her ears and scope it. I have a backup pair for her, so I'm going to scope it compared to her backup and also compared to the scope I took at the beginning of the tour. Also very crucial to being a monitor engineer is the Jody vac. The earwax vacuum. This is isopropyl alcohol because I don't like to clean the ears with this, but my artist, Christian, I have to glue his ear in every night. But here she is, the Jody vac. She is the lifeblood of a monitor engineer. And not to be gross, but let's see here if you can see it. See all that? Right here? That's all Tor earwax. Oh my gosh, one of the sound engineers, Olivia, that I worked with recently at the Cubby Bear is here. All right. Yeah, it's a standalone tool. I'll have to walk out to my, hold on. Oh, let me just set you here for a second so I can re-battery these while I talk to you, and I'm gonna walk over to our dressing room. I'm using rechargeables from Shure. They have about an 8-hour life on them, which is very crucial out here when you're doing this stuff. Sakif! Hey, she's here. She said hi. I'm gonna have to go message her. I feel bad because I'm doing this right now tell her, Sakif, tell her that I'm that I'm doing a live and that I wasn't like ignoring her on purpose. I feel bad. And then I'll walk you into our backstage and I'll go to my workbox and I'll show you the tool really quick once I get these batteries in. So I'm OCD and I won't put my used batteries back into my charger until I have them changed with new ones. That's my own personal OCD. So let me just do this. I'm gonna arm myself with microphones real quick. I have big pockets in these pants so I can fit a lot. It might look a little weird because I gotta carry ears at the same time, so we're gonna go on an adventure. I'm gonna turn you around so you're not staring at me as we walk, but we're gonna go through a walk through the backstage right now. Oh, can't forget Sprague, my tour manager's ears. There we go. Gotta make sure you have the TM in there. Woohoo! There we go. So this is also my little trick. I use a tackle box that I section out and I keep all of my ears in it because it's way easier to access this than it is than putting them away in their tin every night. And then I also will put their packs in it and it makes an easy transfer device. Here we go. Gonna go for a walk. Woohoo. Through the dark doors. Monitor world again.
Right.
There's my work box. I must go to my personal work box. These are the video boys. They're my favorite people. Yeah, you heard me say that. Say hi. Say hi, Bubba. Yeah. This is the video world. I actually hang out with these guys most nights and check out their show. They're teaching me how to do video things and it's pretty cool. But this is our back of an arena right now. En route to my... This is the head of video right here. They're good people. I've been having a lot of fun out on this tour. This is our keyboard rig. Where'd my... There it is. Sorry, I missed my own work box. Here we go. So, this is my personal work box. She's a little full right now because I'm getting into tour stuff, but here she is. Let's see, where are you? Here we go. The I Am Doctor. See, it says Celine, that's Celine from Billie Eilish. So it's called the I Am Doctor. And I really love this thing. He introduced it to me. It's a little messy right now, but here's my work box. It has camera stuff in it because I was taking pictures. But this is a Nanook. Here's my spare ears. I have my cable tester. There's lots of stuff in here. But yeah, here we are in the back. It's called I Am Doctor. So that was what the measurement tool that I've been using is. Sorry, it's dark here. And I have a filter on. Oh no, I'm a mess. Hold on. Here, let me turn you around. Welcome to the Grouplove Pelicans. Sorry, I'm just getting up so I can move. Here's the trucks. I know this is just a long walking tour. We're going to walk into the Grouplove dressing room though, and they'll all say hey, and that's where we'll probably end it. All these wonderful pink people. That's what the trucks look like. Here's our truck, the backline truck. It's a far walk, you know. That's all our part. There's staging stuff. Staging. Miles and miles. Getting better at mixing? Keep doing it. Keep mixing. Keep practicing. We all sucked in the beginning, and if anybody tells you any different, they're lying. Because everything I know about my career and everything that's in my own personal system, I've learned or done because I've messed it up. So the only way to get better is to keep trying. And don't let anyone discourage you. Don't let anyone discourage you from finding it and doing it, because every single engineer, anyone who has any experience, any of us who are standing here mixing big acts, We sucked in the beginning too. All of us. Even if we went to school. It took us years to learn how to get all of what we do down. Everything I do in my steps to go to a show are because I messed it up. Because along the way, I made a mistake. I let a battery die. I put somebody's ears on wrong. Like, one of my favorite phrases now in my career is, I've messed up bigger shows than this one, and it's true. It's so true. That's why people are like, oh, you're so calm. Yeah, because I've messed it up already. So don't be afraid to make mistakes, and don't let people make you feel bad for making mistakes, because we all make mistakes. It's how we learn. You know, you make a mistake and then you go, well, I'm never going to do that again. What can I do to prevent that? And then you do it. All right, we're going to go say hi to Grouplove. Oh, hi. Say hi to Christian.
Hi.
Oh, there's Hannah and Ben. It's the squad. Hello. I'm on live right now because I was explaining things. So hello. This is our green room. And then I find a random area every day to put the ears. We're going to choose right here. And the microphones. There's Joe. All right. Now we go back on the adventure. That's Cassie. She's the best, Queen of Pops. And there's Hannah, hot stuff.
I got a lot of stuff in my mouth.
Still look hot. All right, back on the adventure. Is there anything else anyone would like to ask, or are there any more questions or anything you'd like to see before I end this live? If you have questions for the other people, you can ask them tomorrow. But if that's it from everybody, I'm going to call this an ending. Welcome to the Pink Tour. I'm sorry it took me so long to do this live, but I hope you enjoyed it. And catch me again tomorrow when maybe I get to talk to John and Horsty about their stuff. And maybe I'll even catch Sarah, who is running all the RF for this, and she's been doing a bang-up job from France. She's fantastic. So have a good night, guys. Thanks for sticking around. And if you have any questions, send me a message. Bye.